How do you feel great on vacation? Like really good? Easy. You go to Aruba. You'll spend your time relaxing on cool white sand beaches and floating in healing blue water. You'll immerse yourself in natural wonder and find your center on an island where things move at your speed. You won't just feel great, you'll feel relaxed, renewed, and ready for life. That's the Aruba effect. Plan your trip at Aruba.com.
Families have a lot going on. Let Ollie help manage the mental load with new cognitive help supplements for everyone 4 and up, like delicious Lolly Focus Pops or Lolly Mellow Pops for kids. And for parents, try 3 new Brainy Chews to help you focus, chill out, or get energized. Find these cognitive health buddies for the whole fam at ollie.com. That's OLLY.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 3140, Managing Time Like Money by Tynan of Tynan.com. I'm your narrator, Justin Malik, reading you articles every single day of the year, including holidays, all in an effort to make your day and mine even a tiny bit better. So with that, let's get right to it as we optimize your life. Managing Time Like Money by Tynan of Tynan.com. I've really been thinking a lot about future versus present ever since reading The Time Paradox. Do you live every day like it's your last? Do you save everything for the future? Or do you find a happy medium? One of the conclusions that I've come to, which might be blatantly obvious to everyone but me, is that time management should be exactly like money management. It's the same problem. How do you use a finite resource throughout your whole life for maximum benefit? Thinking of time like money rules out the extreme ends of the spectrum. We all know what it looks like when someone spends every dollar they get as soon as it's dropped into their hands, and none of us envy that person, although some imitate him. Saving everything and never spending any money isn't that great of an idea either. What's the point of having money if it gets buried next to you? So the question then is where the balance is between now and the future. To answer, I think about how I manage my money. Here are some point-by-point analogies. Number 1, I save most of my money. I don't have a set percentage, but a habit I've developed is to save money unless there's something that really deserves to be purchased. In terms of time, most of the things I do are geared towards the future. Number 2, but I don't save all of it. I know that the money is going to be spent eventually, so I spend some of my money on things that make my life better now. Like everything, this is a habit. If I'm not in the habit of spending money on things to make my life better, will I really ever break that habit and enjoy the benefits of my money? The same goes for time. I know that I'm spending most of my time working towards the future, so I happily set aside time now for traveling, seeing friends, or just indulging random whims. Number 3, I primarily spend my money and time on high-quality things. I feel obligated to say primarily because while in Tokyo, I bought a pair of underwear just because the brand was Black Man Superstar. I don't spend money on big TVs or jewelry or first-class plane tickets. I value my money, so I spend it on things I value. My time is the same. I don't channel surf or go to many movies or argue with people because none of that is a good use of time by my standards. Number 4, I spend money when there's a reason to, not when I have it. If you gave me $100,000 today, I wouldn't buy anything with it. There's nothing I need, and a windfall doesn't change that. The same goes for time. I'm on a 10-hour flight right now, which could easily be blown on movies and sleeping, but instead, I'm working. Going in the opposite direction is the same. If I want to go on a trip and I can afford to do it, both time and money-wise, I just go. No need for it to be a reward for anything. This seems like the obvious balance to me. Enjoy life to the fullest now because 50 years from now is just going to be another now. And if you aren't doing it today, you won't be doing it then. Habits only get stronger as time goes on. So if you deprive yourself now with the idea that it will all pay off someday, you might find that that day doesn't come in your lifetime. Happiness today begets happiness tomorrow. At the same time, realize that there's no point in enjoying now if it comes at the expense of later. Allocate your time and pleasure so that the next now is better than today's, but that both are great. Don't spend so much time on recreation that you have none left to spend later on. That's not any more sustainable than working all the time. Treat your time like it's valuable, because it is. There's time for investment in the future, and there's time for enjoying today, but there's no time for wasting. Make time for work even when your immediate happiness doesn't depend on it, and make time for pleasure even when you're busy. Combine productivity and play whenever you can. I sometimes forget that I work because I enjoy it so much. Don't commute if you can help it. If you can't help it, listen to audiobooks or language tapes. Push for every moment to be worth something. Don't worry, argue, fight, or plot revenge. These things make today worse, and usually tomorrow too. You just listened to the post titled Managing Time Like Money by Tynan of Tynan.com, and I'll be right back with my commentary. Okay, sponsor time. And instead of reading a script about Gusto's benefits, let's hear from small business owners, the people who use Gusto every day like me. Here's one. With Gusto, I think of payroll as a 30-second job. The website is so friendly and a joy to use. Friendly payroll? You don't hear that every day. Amy from Utah says, I love Gusto so much. They do our medical, dental, vision, and life insurance. It's so painless. It's like going to the spa. And we have great options and rates even though we're a super small team. Health insurance like going to the spa? Wow. And here's what Mneet says about Gusto's support team. Whenever something comes up, I reach out and literally 24 hours later, they tell us what to do or assure us that they've already handled it for us. Smart technology and friendly humans? That's cool. Honestly, the list goes on. And right now our listeners get 3 months free when they go to gusto.com/old. Yep, 3 months of payroll, benefits, admin, and more, totally free. Again, that's gusto.com/OLD.
This episode is brought to you by La Quinta by Wyndham. Your work can take you all over the place, like Texas. You've never been, but it's going to be great because you're staying at La Quinta by Wyndham. Their free Bright Side breakfast will give you energy for the day ahead. And after, you can unwind using their free high-speed Wi-Fi. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine. Book your stay today at lq.com.
Take it to Tynan. The combination of productivity with play is a great point because with things like fitness, for example, for many of us, we do see the long-term value, but is at the expense of having fun today because we can see exercise as something we're not particularly interested in doing or something that's not very fun. But if we're able to pair it with things we do enjoy, or the actual fitness itself is enjoyable, then we get the best of both worlds. An example might be listening to your favorite podcast while you exercise, kind of like you said about driving. Or maybe exercise is play for you. I have friends that love soccer and basketball, and playing once a week gets their heart rate up, it's exercise, and it's enjoyable at the same time. Even virtual reality nowadays can provide a high level of fitness. In VR, you'll be out in some random, beautiful location, and you have to squat down, lunge, and swing your arms around to hit things. Or even boxing in virtual reality, which adds an element of competitiveness and trying to beat the game. All these things are potential ideas of how to combine play and productivity, or play and something else that we want to do but struggle with. So hopefully there are some ideas that could work for you or at least get your wheels spinning. So with that, have a great rest of your day. Thank you for being here and listening to me, and I'll be back tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.